Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be for you. And welcome back to another DayZ IntenZ guide. This one, a bit different. We're in winter, as you can see. We're in Livonia. We're starting a brand new character. It's coming towards the end of the wipe in this Livonia EU IntenZ server. And it's actually about 4 AM in the server time, so at the start of this video is going to be dark, and I'm not going to put any gamma on. And that might be detrimental to people hanging about at the start of this video. But this is the reality. If you're prepared to play DayZ at night time, you're prepared to play DayZ IntenZ at night time, then yes, you have balls of steel, and you have my respect. But also we can't shy away from the fact this is about as difficult as it comes. Now I've started a brand new life for the purposes of this, because I'm imagining a new DayZ IntenZ player that's never played Livonia before perhaps, and they're switching over when the server is wiped, and they're starting a brand new character. This is what you're going to be facing. Now I've thrown my points into immunity, medicine. Feel free to see what perks I, pause it, see what perks I chose. Survival and butchering. If we can find a dead freshie, or we can create a dead freshie, if we can find something to fish with, I want quite a lot of skill in the butchering, because I want it to give us as much meat off the fillet as possible. Early life. Now in winter, you're battling the elements, of course. You're freezing to death as soon as you spawn in, especially when you've got the trash suit like we've been given, and I'm really struggling to establish where we are. I want to say it's toppling. I could be massively wrong, but as ever on an IntenZ server, I've grabbed a long stick to use as my primary melee, and I'm scouting ahead. Even though it's dark, I can see the silhouette of this Z, and I don't want to take on any more than one at a time if I can help it. Otherwise it could be curtains for Michael very, very early on. We're in some sort of industrial area. Same goes for the zombies. 2 power attacks. Aim for the head. 3rd, back up. Aim for the head. 4th, back up. 5th, back up. 6th, down. Okay, let your stamina recover. I'm not looting a zombie because I haven't got gloves. I don't want bloody hands when I don't know where the nearest water source or well is. So I'm creeping. There's another zombie there. So we're literally going to sneak our way in here if we can. And again, I don't know where I am, but there's more chance of getting loot in one of these buildings than there is just sitting out in the field. And if you've stuck with the video, despite it being so dark, GG's. We're putting the motorcycle helmet on. I hate motorcycle helmets. If you know the channel, if you know me, you know I hate wearing them. It muffles your voice. Potential to aggravate other players because they can't hear you properly and they might just attack on sight. But it's going to give us some insulation in this winter server. So I'm going to wear it. It's also going to protect us on an IntenZ server against potential level 1 pain and concussions if we take a slap or two from a zombie. I'm almost positive I'm in toppling now, but I still reserve the right to be wrong. Something on the floor here. It's paracetamol. It's huge. It'll cure a common cold, level 1, and it'll also cure level 1 pain. I'd rather ride with level 1 pain, because that will cure itself after about 10 minutes. Oh, sorry, we've got 4 pills. Absolutely landed. Massive find. So what am I doing? Obviously I'm looting. I'm trying not to aggravate too many zombies, more than one at a time. But I'm also thinking, can I find fishing supplies, rope, blades? Can we start collecting rags and make our own rope? Can we get just super lucky and find a fishing rod and an actual legitimate hook? Also, can I find a melee weapon better than this bloody stick? When I see zombies spread out like this, and I want to loot some of these containers in the train, I sometimes feel like I'm going to have to bite the bullet and kill them one by one. We haven't got the gloves to loot them. I'm letting my stamina build up a little bit. should be on 2. I'm not moving. I'm standing still. Let the zombie come to me. So I don't make any unnecessary noise creeping towards him. Aggroing the zombie that's behind over there. It's a shame we haven't found an early set of gloves, pair of gloves, so we could loot these zombies. They can drop you bones. You can then craft into a makeshift hook. These trains, although they're going to be horrifically dark, but also, so when you can't see, can you see what I'm doing? I can tell they're sneakers, but I'm still tabbing in, because the vicinity will tell me if there's anything juicy there. And also, I'm quite willing for this character to die. Even though I've played a lot of IntenZ, anyone who's watched the streams will know, sometimes we just don't get the luck of the draw. Sometimes we don't find what we might want to find, what we need. God, these trains are just full of motorcycle helmets. And we end up dying, and we have to go again. It's one of those things. Beauty of DayZ. We're going to have to fight this one, if you can just about make him out. It is turning lighter very slowly. Netting. Not fantastic. We're making a lot of noise here. Strength has gone up. I'm quickly activating the perk, because it might help us in our next fight. Trying to get away from any other fights until my stamina is recovered and I can get a heavy hit on a zombie. As you see, 1 heavy hit, 2 heavy hits, then 2 or 3 average blows will usually take a zombie down with a long stick. I can't even tell if some of these carriages are open. But I'm taking a punt on releasing a video where you spawn in the night, just because, well, why not? It's easy to wait until the server reaches morning. But for me, if you like the hardcore servers, you want a challenge, get involved. At least give it a go once in a blue moon, so you really know what it's like to have a tough start. I don't know what this zombie is doing. Here we go, eventually. Hopped on to where we were. Pretty straightforward. Scanning ahead. I want to check these if I can. These sheds. I don't want there to be 2 or 3 zombies behind them though. I have to rely on, look, tabbing into the vicinity again. There's a belt. We would have missed if we hadn't tabbed in. Can't even see how to get through to that one. I'm going to go for this little caravan. There you go. Knife. We wouldn't have saw that. That's huge. Absolutely massive. Pause. And again, I really don't mind repeating myself here. Scanning ahead, especially in the dark, visibility poor. Especially with this motorcycle helmet on. I think it's worth it. I don't want to get involved with 2 or 3 zombies. With nothing to climb on top of, that's obvious, to cheese the zombies, we could be in a world of pain if we aggravate 2, let alone 3 or more. That's exactly what we've done. So now we've got a hope. See how I'm trying to keep the hits going. But I'm also aware of him getting up behind me. Level 1 pain. I'm also isolating the foreman here with the high vis. There you go, down. 5 hematomas is very bad. 6 yellow health. This one's a tank. Finally goes down. 6 hematomas, 3 cuts. I'm going to deal with maybe one of the cuts. They will heal themselves, the other 2. I'm going to take the helmet off and pop a pill for the pain. Clears our visibility. But we're going to carry on losing health while we have more than 4 hematomas. So this is massively detrimental towards our chances of survival now. It's actually looking very grim. So in my mind, it's turning over now. The cogs are ticking. I need a hospital. I need to find stuff that cures hematomas quickly. Even though I chose recovery of hematomas as one of my perks, it's not going to be quick enough before we die of hematoma damage. Especially as we're likely to pick up more through the town on the way to the medical. Especially when you get ghost swings on DayZ. You've all had them. You're sure you were dead on. You're sure you were going to hit the zombie in the head. Nothing happens. It's wonderful. Visualizing the town layout now of toppling. And trying to beeline for the medical. We could sleep. Massive tip here on DayZ IntenZ. If you've got this amount of hematomas and you're struggling, get yourself a fire. You'll then get the heat buff and stop yourself dying of 2 things at once, cold and hematomas. And you can put your character into the sleep animation. Now you'll continue to heal the hematomas, and they'll be slow healing. But you won't lose health for having more than 4 hematomas. So that might be my only option. I'm going to be continuing to starve to death though at the same time, and continue to thirst, dehydrate to death. Quickly looking in sheds. Can I get a better melee weapon for the main town that we're going to approach soon? Another belt. Oh, damn it. Oh, a revolver. Wow. It's empty. I'm not even going to take it, to be honest. We're not going to be shooting anytime soon. But we have seen another player here, by the looks of it. Yeah. So let's try our luck. Hello? Hello? Hello, dude. Just a freshie. Hello?
Hello. I forget I muted my microphone.
No worries. You haven't got any stuff for hematomas yet.
Can you take off your helmet because
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot I had it on. Have you looted the medical yet? I need to go to the medical.
No.
Okay.
No. What kind of medical do you need?
Hematomas for bruising.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't have any medical.
I'm gonna.
I have only.
I think it's yes. Close, isn't it? Yeah, I think it's close this way.
Let's try to find it.
Oh, we're right by here. We're right here.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Is that another player back there, or is that a zombie with a head torch?
In front of us, or what?
Yeah, this light up here.
This is mine, rod flare. I dropped this.
Another bandage. So what we're hoping is we can find the medication that we need. The alternative is, I'm also thinking, could I make a move on this player? Not with what we've got now. Definitely not. All this is good loot, but it's not what I want. These surgical kits are huge on this server. But we're looking for capsicum. Something we can... Ampicillin is nice, actually. Let's let him deal with the zombie. I hope. We are not looking lucky here. Stuff can spawn in the car next to the medical on Livonia. So always check the car. And medical supplies can also spawn in this shop next to the garage, next to the gas station. This back area. So if you don't get lucky in the shop, like that's huge, Flemiclav. Flemiclav and a syringe, massive, but it's not actually what we're looking for. I don't think we're going to get lucky. Like air towel, I'm pretty sure is for level 1 pain, which we're not suffering with. And we're finding vials of medication. Now, some of these vials can actually be for bruising, hematomas. So we found a syringe. We could, you know, anything? Shank this guy up. Okay. Some people may say that's cruel, but sometimes you gotta be cruel to survive. Bullets. Didn't have a lot. You don't get the buff. I don't believe that you get the buff on this server for holding a torch. But this is one of those occasions where we probably would have to sleep to not die of the hematomas. I remember where I saw the Flemiclav. So we're going back with the Flemiclav and the syringe. We've got some light now. We're down to 5 hematomas. We've actually got a pepper on us as well. A little bit of food. Let's quickly take that. Where was that air towel? Take that. Eat this, so we're not dying of starvation first, as well as hematomas. See, our mental health state took a chunk then for killing that dude. What I'm also going to do, I've just forgot, schoolboy error almost. We've got some free bones here. We've got an axe for the melee, and we had our steak knife, which we used to dink this dude. This dude himself is going to give us some bones, which we can then use for hooks to go fishing with. Poor guy. Oh, we'll use his handsaw. I'm aware we're yellow health. I'm aware we're dying. But we're doing everything we can to try and keep our character alive. I know where there's a well pretty close, but it takes us away from the source of water. And the source of water is obviously the source of fishing. So I'm actually going to head back down the hill in a second. Once I pocket his bones for myself. His jacket is much better as well. That was almost a huge schoolboy error. Put the watch on, bro. Pitchfork is very, very nice as well. Both of these weapons are one-hit zombie killers, by the way. The pitchfork and the axe, if you know what you're doing. Oh my god. Did our light go out? Bruh. Stealing my torch, game. What are you doing to me? Okay. Now I know we're visible. Say that guy gets a toppling spawn. Revenge on his mind. Why wouldn't it be? He's going to be able to see us very, very easily. That's the house where we met him. So he's looted that. I feel like cutting down here. What I'm doing is oh my word. Can of baked beans, unopened, not rotten. It's huge. It is huge. I'm now tempted to get a fire. I've got a really good weapon to defend myself with. The pitchfork or the axe. I'm actually going to put the axe there. In case we get a revenge storyline. Guy coming back. We're actually going to pick that up now as well. Surely we can fit that in the bag, dude. Not yet. We can now. If we drop the beans... Etral, sodium oxide we don't need. The beans are not even frozen. Wow. So if we were to get jumped and murdered, I don't want to leave food on me. Call me selfish. So we're going to smash the beans down now as well. It's a smaller bag there than what we've got, so I don't want it. Are we going to hit red health before we manage to get rid of this 5th hematoma? Make it go down to 4 hematomas? We'll have to see. Leave the torch in there. Pretty sure we've got rags. We have. We need sticks. We need something to fuel a fire. They're right opposite. Let's get in here and get that done. So as you can see, we've just hit red. Oh, so we've got a terrible choice to make now. Well, we haven't got any choice to make. We're going to have to start the fire and go to sleep next to it. Could be suicide. Somebody stumbles across us. It's pretty much over. What are you doing, dude? Pick up the torch. Oh my god. Oh, let's go. Light the fire with the long torch so we don't have to waste any flares or anything we had on us. Oh, we've hit 4 hematomas. So we're now actually only dying to the cold. I say only. It's enough. It means we don't have to sleep. So we can protect ourselves. We can keep our eyes open. The beans, look, the beans didn't even do a lot. But what I want to do is I want to put all our medical supplies into this first aid kit. Luckily, our friend had found a first aid kit. It means you can just put a lot more of this, all the medical supplies, in they go. And watch this. Like abracadabra. Put our ammo over here. Keep the colt down here with the bones. And look, it just fits inside the backpack beautifully. We can keep our flare because we use the torch to light the fire. And our heat buff is on its way. We're light blue. And our health is regenerated. Now, if you was stuck with the video up to this point, let's recap. Really tough start in Toppling Dock area. We took far too many bruises from zombies that we would have liked. Unbelievably, on a very low pop server, particularly a hardcore winter server, we see another survivor. Now, by the looks of their loot, which we eventually got to see, but by the look of them, when I first laid eyes on them, you could see they didn't have a lot. They hadn't been alive for weeks and weeks and weeks. They weren't the Chad that lives on the server and plays the server, even if there's only 1 or 2 people involved. And we weren't really in a position to do it, to attack. Struggling, yellow health. We searched the medical. So For anyone saying, oh my god, why'd you kill that guy? First of all, we searched the medical for what we needed. Didn't find what we needed. Searched the place next door. Didn't find what we needed, even though we did find some other good stuff. Then I got to a position where I'm thinking, I'm in a nothing to lose situation here now. We're probably going to die. So why not go out swinging, first of all? And what if we connect with a couple of good headshots with a bladed weapon, steak knife? It wasn't the best. And we got so lucky that the guy panicked, didn't pull out his axe, his pitchfork. We'd have been done for if he did. Trapped himself in that cupboard. He backed himself into that small area, which is a huge no-no on any DayZ server. And we took advantage. Now we've got bones. Now we've got blades so we can start cutting up rags. We've already got 3. If we can find enough rags now to make 12, 2 stacks of 6, we can combine those and make our own rope. We've got bones we can make into improvised hooks to go fishing. We've got a couple of uses left, haven't we? Sorry, on our knife, it's badly damaged. Another blade would be huge. But we can dig up 1 or 2 worms before it ruins. We can go down to the river of Toplin, catch ourselves a couple of fish while our health is recovering. And then maybe this character has got a chance. A lot of ifs and buts in that previous statement, I understand. So we'll wait for the plus. Sorry, I had to pause the video halfway through. It wouldn't be a COD video or a stream if we didn't have a delivery halfway through. Mrs. COD out shopping. Gotta love it. Which is why, incidentally, you might think, wow, you went from yellow to red health quite quickly. It happened while I was talking to the delivery guy at the door. Love it. It's turning light, so whoopee-doo. For any of you who have hung on this long, congratulations, GG's, and I appreciate it. For the rest of this video, we're going to get something that resembles daylight. It also helps us with our piss-poor health to navigate this town, hopefully without aggravating too many zombies and making the mistakes we did in the dark in the Toplin Dockland area. And we'll at least get this guy into a position to fish. That's the plan. Oh my word, look at this. Scripted. There's the rope. We've got the bones. Our boy can fish. So we're heading down to the river. No ifs, no buts. The only detour I would make is if I literally saw something I really wanted to loot. Like, historically, I do quite well in these buildings. And there, would you believe it, is a typical DayZ scenario. We find the medication for hematomas after it's already too late, if you like. See the hunting store? Of course I'm going to stop at the hunting store before we go fishing. I would also like a sip at the well, which is just down the road. But there are a lot of variables that would stop me doing that. Leather duffel bag. We'll keep the big bag on us at the moment. It's not great. Not disgusting, though. Medium insulation. Low insulation, so we always swap. Oh, there you go. Best insulation. Happy days. Keep the noggin nice and warm. Box of 308. Ridiculously rare on IntenZ servers, really. So, happy days. We'll take it. There's a little picnic bench just up the road that can spawn, will spawn, hunting loot. I'm also aware of the fire department nearby where you could get much better clothing. It is close. We are very close to the river. Look at that. Chocolate bar, a little bit of food. We'll put it in our coat. Why have I put it in the pea coat? High insulation opposed to low in the pants. So it will defrost in our clothing over time, naturally. And put it in your best insulated clothing and it will defrost the quickest. And little tip for Livonia, there's the fire department. This building here also spawns fire fighting equipment. We're going to take a few sips at the well, because if you think about it, we've eaten beans, we've eaten a pepper. It gave us some good calories in our stomach and a little bit of hydration, but we've predominantly eaten food. This is the first real drink we're having, and we're back up to yellow health, and the arrow is still going the right way. I'm not going to be a glutton here, though. I just want to drink enough so that it'll stop us going into red hydration anytime soon. So that for me is enough for now. Just a little sippy. Why am I checking in here? Firefighter clothing. Very good insulation. They offer you a lot of slots as well. Okay, an empty shotgun. I'm tempted to take that and sacrifice the pitchfork. I mean, I could carry the pitchfork for a second and just put zombies down willy-nilly, especially if we're going behind to check the fire department. And there are a couple of other adjacent houses, buildings, that also spawn firefighting equipment. Now, if you get a pitchfork, or a splitting axe, or a firefighting axe, always try and hit the heavy attack, because it will one-tap the zombies. You've got to get a lot of practice in to make it look as easy as that. I'm going to blow my own trumpet. You need to know how long it takes from when you start the animation for you to actually thrust the pitchfork forward at head height. Make sure you're aiming for head height. But once you get that skill down to a T, you'll be dropping Zs on IntenZ like nobody's business. Oh. Sounds like we're going to have more practice soon. This building also has the possibility of, there you go, firefighting equipment. They're damaged, but look, immediately 18 slots. And they're low insulation, same as the pants we've got. But if we can... Oh, and another axe. Look at this. I'm almost tempted to go double axe. People will think I'm crazy leaving a shotty. That's best insulation, so is that. But this has got 15 slots. So of course we're going to transfer over. If I had a few slugs for the shotgun, of course I'd keep it. Because we'd have a great way of defending ourselves. But back in my mind, I'm sort of remembering where that is. Okay? I now don't need to loot the rest of this. You could get NBC, I could get better firefighter pants, but I'm aware I'm eating into my food and drink every second I stay in this cold weather. Another knife would still be like hitting the DayZ jackpot. But you know what? If we could only catch one fish, and then we have to go back into town and look for more blades, that fish would likely tide us over. Do check the train tracks. Small stones can spawn on them, and you can then create your own stone knife if you combine a stone with another small stone or a boulder. And I'm going to try and reach the river, which is just the other side of this industrial unit, taking the path of least resistance. I'm not going to be too cocky, because you can always get hit with lag, and all of a sudden you're nursing a concussion. We know how DayZ works. But if we play our cards right, it'll go like that. One tap a zombie. Make sure you don't engage the second zombie until you've got enough stamina to perform the heavy attack. I wish this zombie would jump the wall and attack us. Here we go. Finally. Down he goes. Lovely job. Could find fishing hooks and stuff there, but plowing on. I thought I saw a wolf then. That would have just really capped things off, wouldn't it? It has happened to me very recently. Wolves in Toppling. So if you're on IntenZ, don't be surprised if you see it. And then we're going to finish this video. Maybe we'll make it a regular thing. Not this character, but we'll do a few more Livonia, how I like to get started. But the next one won't be winter, because as I say, the wipe is coming up. So we'll show you, just in case you're new, very, very new to the game. We need a long stick to turn into an improvised fishing rod. We're obviously going to need the bones in a second. Here comes our fishing rod. Leave it to one side. We're not going to use, we've got two axes, so we can use this one to to make an improvised hook. Okay? We're going to keep the actual steak knife, because it's better than a bone knife. It's better. Do I make a bone knife? Let's just put that there a second. If we need to, we can make bone knives out of those bones as well. Let's for now dig up 2 worms. Let's see if we can do it with this steak knife before it breaks. I always work on the assumption that we're going to get at least 1 failed fishing attempt. So it's really annoying digging up multiple worms one by one in between casting off. So I like to have at least 2 worms. Obviously, if I haven't got the ability to do it, you've just got to cross everything and hope you catch a fish with your one and only worm. But if you get a couple, there we go, knives gone. And that is frosted, so before we fish, we're going to eat our Zagorki peanuts. Keep our metabolism going in the right direction. Because the longer we stay yellow health, yellow food, yellow water, the higher the chance of us getting sick. And I'm almost just waiting for that to happen any minute. I don't think I picked up the ampicillin either, so if we get a cold, we have got paracetamol, so okay, that's something. Let's just check on our stats. We've got another bit of cold-blooded there. Everything else is activated. We'll cast off. Are we going to get lucky? And are we going to leave you at the end of this DayZ Winter IntenZ loading in the dark guide? Going to have to come up with a catchier title than that. Are we going to leave it so that our guy looks like he might thrive? Not if he keeps catching wellies. Perfect example of why you want to dig up at least 2 worms before even trying to fish. Because if I had to go back to the snow now, it would be very annoying and pedantic. Come on, let's get a 50% success ratio, eh? I wouldn't sniff at a cooking pot, to be honest. If I'm going to fail to catch a fish, a cooking pot we could use to gather water, to make improvised cooking stands and cook in the woods, particularly helpful on any Livonia map. Come on, don't make me make a bone knife and dig up more worms, bro. And actually have to make another bone hook as well. Pretty sure our badly damaged bone hook will only give us 2 attempts before it ruins, so we're in danger then of running out of the fishing utensils or utility that we need. And let me know in the comments as well what you think about, of course it's dark at the beginning of the video. Look at this guy creeping. But I just thought, why not put out a warts and all guide? Not make it easy on myself waiting for it to be daytime. And let's show what happens when things go wrong, which it did. We took too many bruises. But how you can win it around. Okay, with a little bit of menace, should we say. Let's use this to break down the axe. Usually I would catch another fish now. But let's just show you how we can just put that away. We've got a fish in our bag. Let me show you how good the axe is as well on zombies. Yo. Good night. Lovely little one-tapper. Same as that pitchfork. We're not going to forget that pitchfork either. Because it'll save the blade on our axes if we can kill the zombies with this. And our boy now would go off, have another drink at the well, cook our fish, look for some other knives, probably come back down and fish, maybe look for some canned food. We got a little bit lucky with peanuts and with beans, the pepper we found on our friend. But if you like that sort of guide, as in what do I do, I'm talking you through every decision, not super in depth like the other guides we did, but I'm explaining what was going through my mind at every moment. Drop a comment, leave a like, sub to the channel. We do stream DayZ Monday, Tuesday, Thursday and Friday, 10 AM till 2 PM UK time. We usually put out videos on a Wednesday evening and a Sunday afternoon on YouTube. And yeah, let me know if you want anything specific, any specific spawn, any specific map, any specific server. I'm open to suggestions, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.